Hello everybody, one more time! And today I'm going to talk about those plugins from Mercuriall. They are freeware guitar plugins. You have the link in the description. The server of the page is really slow, so be patient. And Mercuriall has preamps and a cab emulator. It has several preamps, but most of them are basically the same. So I'm going to talk about the JCM800 hot preamp. And so far I think it's the most accurate plugin for a preamp. It has some bad things and some good things. The good things are it's really accurate and it has a really great sound. But the dark side of this plugin is that it's a CPU muncher. It takes a lot of CPU. And the kind of distortion you can get with this plugin is something like this. It's not a heavy distortion, it's not for death metal or thrash metal or any kind of heavy distortions, but it's really great for rock or stoner, or even clean or slightly crunch. And those are its settings. You can change the type of tube, the amount of distortion, how much the tube is working, the bright, the presence, the amount of low frequencies, and the output level of this plugin. You also can change the oversampling, but if you set it in by 2, by 4, by 8, by 16, your CPU will really suffer. So I will set it in off, but don't worry because you won't lose any quality. And of course, those plugins can work in stereo, just clicking right there. And just the preamp by itself, without the cab emulation, sounds like this. It sounds really digital, but don't worry because that's why the Mercuriall cab is for. It also works in stereo and you have these options. You have several options for input tuning, you have none. Also you have X50 and 8505. You can also choose among those mics SM57, MD421 and 4047. And you can also choose where the mic is pointing. The cap, the edge or the cone. So you can get different sounds like this. The amount of combinations could be higher, but this is the only flaw I have seen in this plugin. But if you want to try different impulse responses, you can just don't use this plugin and use any impulse loader, like Kefir, LeCap2, MixIR2, or anyone you want, and just use any impulse you have. You have my packs of impulses in the description below. But this Mercuriall cab works in a different way than the common impulse responses. It's not just a static EQ, like any regular impulse response. It works in a different way. It gives the guitar a different sound depending on the intensity of the input level. So again, it has its advantages and its cons. So, with the Mercuriall cab you have a limited amount of combinations of sounds you can get with it, but it works in a more accurate way, in a more realistic way. But, well, those are freeware plugins, so you don't lose anything if you try. And, well, now I'm going to show you a song I have just made, just for this video, using these plugins. It's some kind of stoner rock. I say some kind because I've never made this kind of music. So, well, I hope you enjoyed this video and these plugins, and as usual, I'll see ya!